Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of Jenkins. So we have started the new series of Jenkins. So let's have a look what is Jenkins, why we are going to use it, okay, and how to install it, right? So we are going to learn about all about the Jenkins in this coming series, right? So hope you are excited about this, okay? So let's get started. So what basically the Jenkins is? Jenkins is basically an open source continuous integration, delivery and deployment automation software. Means DevOps tool it is. Okay. Means suppose like I've taken example over here like Jenkins continuous integration. Suppose what you have developer is trying writing the code and it deploys the code in the GitHub, yep, or Bitbucket or another integration. So what do we have to do whenever it completes its development the code and push to that GitHub? What happening after that? That roles come into the Jenkins after creating a build. Like suppose it automate the process when suppose you want to create a React build, right? You write the code, upload the code, push the code into GitHub, and after that you want to deploy the direct, you want to create that build automatically. So what we have to do, you can use the Jenkins. You have to write some of the codes so that it will create the all the right, you have to write the all the steps, then it will create the build for you. If there is any issue in that build or anything, that will, you can also add the events over here to trigger you to notify via the email, phone number or whatever. So you can use this one, right? So it's a DevOps tool, right, to automate your process, right? You don't want to write if you are just creating a build and you have to write the write the command, then you have to wait for the build, it automatically do the rest of the process, but you need to add some of the lines of code to automate the process, okay? So because it is CI/CD pipeline, so all the data whenever developer push to the GitHub, all the data goes with the GitHub, and after that the pipeline make up automatically build and send to the server or send to anywhere you want to upload. You need to just write the code over here, right? So this is basically Jenkins continuous integration, right? So it is a CI/CD tool, CI/CD workflow, right? And it's called as pipelines, right? So it will directly push your code and make the build successfully and onto your Jenkins part, right? And let's take a scenario, right? And you suppose you are just writing the code and you have pushed the code, right? And okay, so in the Jenkins part, right, what I want to do, suppose I have a React project, right? Node modules, we are not going to send in the GitHub, right? So when on the Jenkins parts, what I will do is I will write a script, npm install, create, first of all create the image of node version 16 or 18. After that npm install the packages, okay, okay. After that installing the package, move to the next step. What the next step would be, the creating the build, okay? After creating the build, deploy this on the server. So these are the steps that we are providing on the Jenkins part, right? So whenever there is, when the GitHub on when we upload push the code on the GitHub, the pipeline integrate, we will push all the code via Jenkins, and it will run all the process that we have writing in the in that process. After doing all the processes completed, all the checks, you can also add the test integrations, you can also add the events, everything you can add over here. So it will check your code is standardized or not, you can add everything over it, right? After doing all of things, then it will create a build for you, and it is if the build is successful, then you can add the trigger the events over it, and it will help to you on that, right? So this is what about the Jenkins introduction, right? So how we are going to use it. So in the coming video we are going to learn how to install the Jenkins in the Ubuntu part, right? And after that we are going to come up with the next series of what are the tutorials on that, right? So this tutorial for that is for now. Any query, any issue in that, just let me know in the comment section, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and comment on my video. Have a nice day.